one thing you might need to understand coming from a traditional fighting game background is that this is more of a platform fighter game in the Smash genre of titles. But I think there's a distinction in this game to many other games in that this is really a bullet fighter. This is a little different from your standard platform fighter in which characters normally interact with melee moves or up close moves, or typically there may be projectiles, but they are an accessory to the game. In Mega Man Arena, due to the nature of Mega Man NES mechanics, every character is shooting across the screen nearly constantly, and so while there definitely is evasion and avoiding of the various projectiles, there are many scenarios in which you will simply get hit, and the idea is to both absorb the least amount of damage in the process. There's an attrition factor to this, and also to counter appropriately from that hit with your attack, or make sure that you are winning those trades. So there's more of a war of attrition that happens in these matches that isn't necessarily as typical of a platform fighter. Additionally, there are some mechanics that we have carried in from Smash Brothers along the lines of wave dashing. Wave dashing exists. You can wave dash backwards, which allows you to continue to shoot in the same direction. If you jump during a wave dash, you will also be shooting in the same direction, which normally when you jump, you'll face in whatever direction you're moving, meaning you can't do that. So that's actually an important part of controlling space and moving appropriately, especially for certain characters. Other mechanics to understand, jump canceling is very important. Jump canceling is something you do when you press the jump button during your hit stun, and if you do it successfully within a window after the initial hit, you get additional frames of invincibility, as well as um, you immediately recover and can immediately act out of that. And so that can be used both to interrupt combos and also just to recover faster and keep pressure on the opponent even when you take a hit. So that's two of the kind of important, so to speak, of advanced techniques in this game that we'll keep in mind as we watch through this video set. So this set was a set between Jose and Danie. They are two players from Brazil and Spain. Jose from Spain, Danie from Brazil, and we have a very international group. We have about 20 players to 25 players to participate in tournaments every few weeks. So it's a lively community. We would love to have some of you join it for a tournament if you feel like it. But this is Jose is our number one ranked player. He has been winning tournaments consistently since he got to that level, about 3 or 4 tournaments into the game's online life cycle, which began back in July or August. And Danie is an up and coming newer player who has done very, very well and ended up getting top five, I think, in the last tournament, possibly the tournament before that. But he's been doing very well with Cutman and some other characters, Tomahawk, using them to advance there. Jose is playing his typical Needle. Needle is his main. He also plays Heat very well, and he has a couple other pocket mains, but in tournament, it's largely Needle and Heat that he relies on. Another thing to keep in mind during this tournament is this was the first event post 2.1 balance patch, which changed almost every Robot Master and added a lot of new content to a lot of characters. So there's a lot of upheaval in this tournament that a lot of people were dealing with as they were learning to handle their characters with the new limitations or benefits, depending on who they were. So with that, let's actually get into the match.